Hey guys, it is Mr. Crayfish and welcome back to another video here on my second channel. Today we are going to be checking out the latest update and seeing what is new in Controllable, because I've been working on it for the past couple of days and I've added some features that you guys are going to love and actually have been asking for a very long time. So let's just go ahead, get straight into it right now. And the first thing that you'll notice, I've got my controller plugged in, by the way. So let's go ahead and let's start walking around here, or start moving. The first thing that you'll probably notice is that the icons to the left and right of the bottom of the screen there are actually different. And this is because now in the mod, you can actually change the icons around to suit your controller. So I know a lot of you guys use PlayStation controllers, you use Xbox controllers. Well, now you can actually change the icons around depending on which one you have. So if I go ahead and head into controllable settings here, I'm just going to use my mouse just because it's a little bit quicker. We have this new button here called icons, and as you can see, it is currently on default. And default basically is a standard X input controller. Even though it looks like it's an Xbox controller, it's really not. So if I go ahead and click on here, I can switch it to PlayStation, which is what I'm using right now. And the icons now match up correctly. So if I press R2, it is going to attack, and then obviously triangle will open up the inventory. If I head back into here, we can set it to Xbox, and this is definitely one of the things that people are asking is for Xbox icons. So now they will show correctly, and as you can see, attack is right trigger, and then for inventory you simply press the Y button. But let's move on to the next feature, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on Virtual Mouse. Now if you guys don't know about Virtual Mouse, it's a really awesome feature about Controllable, and it allows you to actually run two Minecrafts on the same computer. So let's say you have a friend over, you can actually have two versions of Minecraft open and play together, and this is something normally you wouldn't be able to do because you can't plug in two keyboards. But with Controllable, and if you guys have at least one controller, you can have two Minecrafts open, play together on the same computer, and it's basically like split screen. So I'll put a tutorial up right now if you guys would be interested in knowing how to actually set that up. But I'm going to turn on Virtual Mouse, and it adds this kind of virtual cursor on the screen here. And as you can see, it's kind of like a crosshair icon, but now with this brand new update, you can actually change it around. So if you go down here, we have a new option called cursor type, and currently it is set to light. If I go ahead and press this, it's going to change it to a dark version, so maybe you prefer this. It is a little bit difficult to see it here in the settings kind of screen, but if you are in a normal kind of inventory, it is a little bit easier to see. Let's go ahead and let's check that out real quickly actually. So if I go into my inventory here, we can see it a little bit easier. Maybe you prefer it, maybe you don't, but it's just there as an option if you do like it. But this is one thing that is really cool. If you guys are coming from the console version of the game, you can actually change it to the console cursor, and as you can see here, it's kind of like a I don't know exactly what it is. It's kind of just like a crosshair like the other one, but it obviously mimics the console cursor, and I actually really like it. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's very satisfying when moving it around, picking up items, and as well, something that's a little bit different compared to the other cursors is that this cursor will continue to render when you are actually picking up an item, and this is because in the console versions of the game, that's what it actually does. So I'm trying to mimic the behavior as much as possible. And as well, this kind of leads us onto the next feature in Controllable, and that is you can now set the hotbar to match the console version. So if you are aware, the hotbar is actually offset up a little bit further. So if we go into Controllable options right now and we find it here, as you can see, console hotbar is off by default. If we turn that on, you'll notice down below here the hotbar has now been shifted up. Let's go back, And this just kind of, you know, maybe you like the feel of this a little bit better when you are using controller. I'm not actually sure why they decided to do this in the first place. Maybe it was because sometimes monitors or TV screens, they don't display the video feed correctly and will kind of crop it off at the bottom. So raising it up would actually help with, you know, it being cropped off. But I'm just making a guess there why that would happen. But I'm not really sure what the design decision was behind the hotbar. But yeah, if you guys like this look, let's go ahead and head into survival here. I was going to say, if you guys like this look, you can enable it. You can even just use it normally. Maybe you just want to use keyboard and mouse here, as I'm doing right now. You can just have the hotbar raised like that. And it does kind of feel like, it kind of looks nice, I'm not going to lie, but I don't think I'll ever use it. I think I'm going to continue to just use the normal hotbar. Next, we're going to look at, I think is going to be basically the final feature of this mod, and this is vibration. Now by default this is turned off because if you are using a wireless controller, it is going to obviously drain your battery quicker if it is turned on. But this does, this feature here provides some really cool experience when you are playing Minecraft, because it gives some feedback. It gives some actual like physical feedback to the user when you're playing the game. So whenever you are eating food, you are blocking with a shield, when you are pulling back the bow, it is going to vibrate your controller. And we're going to go ahead, switch back into creative mode here so I can get those items out. So let's grab them out right now. So a bow, let's grab out a shield, and obviously I'm not going to be able to I'm not going to be able to show you, I can't show you what the vibration feels like on my controller. That's impossible, but you kind of get the idea here. Let's go ahead, let's grab out a bucket of milk because I know I can drink that in creative mode. So when you are pulling back the bow, it's going to vibrate, and the more charged the bow is, the more vibrations it's going to produce. So this is actually really cool because you don't have to actually look at the bow to know when it's fully charged. You can actually feel in the controller that it, you know, is fully charged, and I like that about that, and that's one reason why I would maybe turn the vibrations on. We have shield, and this is kind of just like a very subtle vibration. I didn't want this to be overpowering at all, because obviously it's a shield is something that you would hold down for maybe a long period of time, but you can just kind of slightly feel it in the controller. And as well with food and drinks and potions, when you do drink them, you will actually feel some, again, subtle vibrations in the controller. But not only that, when you take damage now, it is going to vibrate the controller. So hold up, let's first go onto the roof here and switch back into, or switch into survival mode here. When I jump off this roof and I land on the ground there, we're going to take some damage, and at the same time it's going to vibrate the controller, indicating that we have taken some damage. And this is something that is quite common in a lot of games, and that is providing feedback in the form of vibrations when you actually get damaged. So it's really cool to actually now see this in Minecraft. I'm not actually sure if it doesn't on like the Bedrock edition or the console edition when you have a controller. If somebody would like to let me know in the comment section below. But I thought I would add it in because it is, as I said, a common thing that a lot of games add in. That pretty much covers everything in this update today. I feel like I've been rambling on a lot, and there probably is going to be a lot of edits in this video because I know I made some mistakes. But hopefully you guys got the idea of this update, and I highly suggest you download it because it's a significant improvement over the last version of the game. So download link is in the description below as always. And I don't have any final words. All I'm going to say is my latest video on my main channel where I create your mod ideas is going off, and I'm really glad to see that video. I'm really glad to see that, you know, taking off, because I put a lot of effort into making that video and spent extra time. I feel like a lot of the time in my other videos I was like creating them all in one day, But that video, I spent multiple days creating it and perfecting it, and it's turned out to be a hit, so I'm really glad about that. It's just something on my mind I wanted to say. And I feel like my second channel is appropriate to say this kind of things. I don't like to. I like to make my main channel about focusing on content and making some really exciting videos, and then my second channel I can do whatever I want. I can keep this video going if I want to. You guys can't tell me what to do. It's my second channel. We do whatever we want. All right. Okay. Anyway, that's enough. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. I don't even care. Don't hit that like button. Just leave this video. Forget this channel exists. Unsubscribe. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Stay subscribed. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.